Hello and welcome to a quick video. I'm going to quickly show how to fit these side mirrors to the Renthal bars that I fitted a little while ago now. Some of you may have seen a video I done a while ago where this actually came out, and the reason it came out is because, oh, there's a little green spider climbing onto it. Don't know if you saw that. Because when you first fit these to these bars, they come with these round rubber thing. I'm just going to check I can see it on camera. These round rubber bits. It's really hard rubber. I had to cut them down to fit into the bars, and I did try these. As you can see, this is all squashed up, and I'd squashed the little tabs up that go in the drywall, because these are drywall wall plugs, and some people use these, put them in, tighten them up, and these bits squash out and hold it in place, but I had no luck with that. It just wasn't holding at all for some reason. So I did cut this down, as I said, the rubber bit, and this is the original bolt out of this, but I'll show you why I'm not using that now. But this rubber's way too hard, and cutting it down, it's not perfectly round anymore, and it's really hard rubber anyway, as I said. So I think that's too hard, and that's why even people who do fit them to normal bars sometimes have trouble getting them to grip, because you put a nut on this end, it squashes against it, and this is meant to expand out and hold it, but I think it's just too hard a rubber what they use. Also, they don't put spacer in, so if you really tighten it up, that can start to force its way out from the bar, and that happened to me, and that's why this did eventually work its way loose with the vibrations and that, and it just popped out while I was riding down the road. Luckily there's only a couple of little scrapes and stuff on this mirror, and the mirror didn't smash, as you can see. So the solution I came up with, I bought myself a longer one of these Allen bolt, and I bought a load of 14mm washers, because there's 14mm internal diameter on the Renthal bars, and a load of 14mm rubber washers, and I bought a few that were not 14mm, they were about 12.9mm, but the internal diameter was an M6, which is the size of the bolt that goes in the middle, but the 14mm washers were like an M3 or something like that, so I had to force them on and squash them into place, sort of force them on and screw them on really. And you can see here what I've done. Put the longer bolt on. You can see I've put the longer bolt on. The happy dogs. I'll put the longer bolt on. What I've done, I gave it a bit of spacer with about 4 or 5 of the washers. I've sort of overdone it slightly maybe, but then I put some of the smaller rubber washers there, a few more normal washers, then the 14mm washers, which have expanded already because they only have their... I had to just check I was actually recording. Yeah, because they have to be screwed on, because they have the smaller internal diameter, so it squashed them out a little bit already, which is good. And got good grip. A few more washers, a few more of the smaller ones, a few more washers then, and that. And that hole's nice and tight. You just tighten it up, and there's no way that's going to move anywhere. This used to move like this in the wind, just accelerating and stuff, but now that doesn't budge at all. I've had the actual mirror move slightly, but it doesn't usually. So the first thing I've got to do is actually force in the plug I put in. I might have to try and use one of the bolts or something to push it in. Let's just use Subaru to block it off, so no moisture and stuff was going to get in there. So it's blocked off. It should be fairly easy to... There you go, it's just got a hole in it, so I should be able to find a way to work that off. Once that's off, we'll get the bars in. Now I do want to try and get them exactly the same. You'll notice that will be a bit tough just pushing that in like this, so I've got a rubber mallet with me to help work it in. I've also got a bit of brake cleaner just to try and lube it up. But just going to spray the actual washers and the inside just to give it a bit of lube to help work it in. Hammer it right in, that's it. Going to jump on the bike. Being careful because it's on a paddock, so I'm not going to put my weight on the seat. I just need to see where the mirror is so I can kind of get it in place. Put it somewhere similar to the other one. We'll turn that in. Check the lock quickly. to do is do it up. Oops. Get back off the bike. So I need to hold on to this to prevent it twisting around while I'm initially tightening it. I've got this as well to give me some better grip on the Allen key. Just keep checking that's roughly in the place you want to. You don't want to tighten it all up and then have to do it all again, undo it and tighten it again. That's basically it. Once it's all nice and tight, it won't move nowhere. And the beauty of using brake cleaner to get this in, that will evaporate quickly, and some people say it melts rubber, but I've not seen it do that, and I've seen some experience online with like chain O-rings, but it doesn't usually damage them. But if that did, it only benefits a job like this, doesn't it? It's still moving at the minute. Just keep tightening it, and that will really squish those rubber washers in. It's also a rubber washer on the outside here, so you'll see that's even squashes. It's getting there, it's tight. Right, I think that probably will do. And maybe what you really see there is the actual bars moving a bit. I'm just going to get back on the bike just quickly just to check. Try not to put any weight on it. I'll try and bring it up a little bit. I think once it settles in a bit as well, it'll be less likely to move, but I am going to tighten it just a few times more, trying to hold the mirror in place. That's the most awkward bit, because it obviously wants to move against you turning the nut and bolt. I think that'll do. All I'll do now is just leave it, get the bike down, sit on it, have a look either side, make sure it's all good. Something looks alright. We'll leave it like that, and then just test it as you're out, get it into position and stuff so you can see. Some people will have these out like that. I'd prefer them in. I did used to have them above as well, but my hands kept knocking them, so I'd prefer them like that. That's how to make sure your bar end mirrors are not going to move about, and they're going to be in nice and solidly on Renthal bars. Otherwise it's a bit of a pain in the butt because they're smaller than the original, and like I say, people still have complained that they have problems with these rubber type fittings for the bars when they put them in normal bars and don't cut these down. I think it's because it's such a hard rubber and there's no sort of spacer between the mirror and this, because the mirror will be between there of course, and there should be a little bit of a spacer that goes into the bar, I think, to prevent this from forcing its way out of the end. There you go, hope you enjoyed that, hope it's helpful. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.